questions then. And as well, if you can see that a screen is being shared right now, in the shared screen on the top right corner, there is the three little dots. So this is, if you can click on that, you can also maximize or have the shared screen like a full screen if that is a bit too small right now for you. So those are some options. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. My name is Kelly. I am part of the customer support team, and I also have Elaine and the rest of the team in this room as well, who will be showcasing some of the features of the plugin. Okay, so today our team will be showcasing what the Cortico plugin is all about and what features it offers. But most importantly, we'll also demonstrate how these plugin features will be applied in real life situations. And if you have any questions or comments throughout the presentation, feel free to put those in the chat, and one of our team members will be happy to respond to you. And like I said before, we also have a Q&A session at the very end of the presentation. So you can turn off your mics then and ask questions at that time as well. Okay. And so to ensure that everyone is on the same page, we'd like to explain how to even what the Cortico plugin is. And so the Cortico plugin is a free add-on software that you can add on to your Oscar that you're already using. And a clinic does not necessarily need to have the plugin to use online booking. The plugin is something is like almost like something that you can just add on, so you can explore many other features that you can integrate with Oscar. Okay, and to be able to use the plugin, you need to download the plugin, and I will show you how to download the plugin right now. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so just from Google, what you want to search is Cortico plugin, and it should be the first one that pops up here, Cortico Oscar plugin. Okay, and this page is actually help.cortico.ca, where you can actually find many other articles and instructions like so. And so this one is just how to get started with the plugin. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. The first step is to recognize which browser type that you have on your computer. And for example, for me, I'm using Chrome, which is indicated here. So there's a Firefox here and Chrome here. I will click on Chrome. And since I already have the add-on or extension, it says remove here, but if I didn't have it, it will say add to Chrome. Okay, just going to go back to the previous tab. And same for Firefox. If you use Firefox, it looks a little bit different, but it will say download Firefox, and then the application will start running. Okay. And after you have downloaded that and you go to your Oscar, you'll have the Cortico logo and name here, which was not here before, but this is basically what the plugin is. Okay. Okay, and so now I will go through, I'm just gonna have, Elaine have the basic features page here. So after you download the plugin, here are the main features that is available for you. First is the reminder system. Then we have the eligibility checker, preferred pharmacy, and the recall email feature. So now I'm just going to pass it on to Elaine and get us started off on how to use the reminder system.
Hi everyone, my name is Elaine, and today I'll be explaining Cortical's email reminder system. So one common issue found with patients is that they are unsure of what type of appointment they have. So they're unsure if they have an upcoming clinic or phone or video appointment. And this is because the email reminder that they receive doesn't specify the appointment type. So to prevent this confusion, uh, you have the ability to specify the appointment type for the email reminders. So whenever you're manually booking appointments, you can see that there's a resources field here. And on the right, you can see that there's the appointment types in a drop-down menu. So with the plugin installed, the resources field is a drop-down, and you can see the different appointment types. So when you're manually booking appointments, you'll want to make sure that you select the appointment type, as this will make sure that the email reminder the patient receives will also state what type of appointment they have. If you don't specify the appointment type, the patients will still receive an email reminder, but it won't state where the appointment is taking place. If your staff are often booking many of the same appointment types, for example, if you are often booking in-clinic appointments because those appointment slots are reserved for specific patients, you do have the ability to make any appointment type automatically selected with the plugin. So what you can do is, with the plugin installed, you can click on the Cortico logo here, and on the sidebar here, you can see there it says default appointment type for reminder, and you can basically set a appointment type that's automatically defaulted every time you manually book an appointment. So let's say your staff is often booking in-clinic appointments, so you can select in-clinic, click save. You'll get a message that says your default medium has changed. Just press OK, and then refresh your page. And now, whenever you're manually booking appointments, clinic will automatically be selected. So this is helpful if you're often booking the same appointment type, and then you won't have to always select it every time you're booking the appointment. And once again, this also makes sure that the email reminder the patient receives specifies the appointment type. And if you notice here in this dropdown, there's an option called quiet. So with quiet selected, this means that the appointment will not receive, the patient won't receive an email reminder for the appointment. So if your staff is booking appointments and you don't want the email reminder to be sent to the patient, let's say it's for an appointment for an admin work that doesn't require an email reminder, then you can just select quiet and the patient won't receive email reminders. But the key thing about this is that whenever you're manually booking appointments, you want to make sure that you select phone, clinic, or virtual so that the patient is aware and of what appointment they have, what type of appointment they have, and this prevents any confusion from the patient. So that's all for the reminder system. I'm going to pass it back to Kelly, and if you have any questions about this, we can answer them in the QA session afterwards.
Okay, thank you, Elaine. Just going to share my screen. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay. So next I'll be going over the eligibility checker feature. So like I explained before, after you download the plugin, you will see the Cortico name appear at the top of your Oscar. I'm just going to click on that, and once you click on that, you just want to make sure that you are logged in using your Cortico credentials. So I'm logged in already, so there's a logout here, but if you're not, it will say sign in to Cortico right here. Okay, and just moving along here. So the first feature I'd like to explain is the eligibility checker. And The eligibility checker tackles the pain point of confirming whether each patient has a valid health card number or not. Currently, MOAs would have to first open the patient's e-chart and then click on check eligibility. It may sound like it's just 2 clicks, but if this is multiplied by 40 or 50, it can take a significant amount of time for the MOAs to check each day. So, with the eligibility checker feature, MOAs can run the check in the sidebar here and quickly differentiate which patients has passed and patients has um, which patients are private patients. And if you run the test, it will say check complete when it's done. And also, you will also see that by the color here, if it is pink, that means the patient has an invalid health card number. If this is green, that means they have a valid health card number. Another indication is that if there's an X beside their master record, it means that
I
they
haven't
have
heard
a invalid health card number.
Dave and Larry. Are they okay?
Yes.
I mean, they're out of town, or
Sorry, if you have your mic on, please, I kindly ask you to turn it off. Thank you. Okay. So that is the eligibility checker. If you have any other questions, please let me know. You can put it in the chat or ask me in the Q&A session. The second feature we have here is the set preferred pharmacy. So the set preferred pharmacy feature intention is to cut down time for MOAs and doctors as well for asking patients where they like their prescriptions to be sent. So by running this application, quite similar to the eligibility check, it will let you know when the check is complete, but it would also let you know for example, if the pharmacy is not in the database, it will also indicate here as well. And I'm just going to zoom in here and quick here. If the check is successfully run and the set pharmacy is in the patient's master record, there will be a green check mark like so. So if I click on this, the RX, then the pharmacy that the patient has selected during booking will be automatically populated here in the patient's master file. Okay. And I also wanted to show that during booking, the patient will choose their preferred pharmacy in this step. And they can just choose, and after they have selected that and proceed with booking, this will automatically be their set pharmacy. Okay. So that was that. And then the last feature I wanted to go over was the recall button here. Okay. And so the recall button, the intention of this feature is that you can send recall emails to patients after the patient have tentatively booked an appointment. So we made this feature so we can reduce the need for the MOA to call back patients. And they're basically pre-drafted emails that you can send to the patient instead of just calling back and saying, oh, we'd like to confirm appointment with you. So this recall feature, we are still making improvements on this feature. So if you have any input, please let us know, and we take these suggestions very seriously. So just let us know, and we will be happy to chat with you about it. Okay. And now I'm gonna have Elaine share the screen again. Thank you. Okay, so basically those were all the main features of the plugin. There are still more coming in the new year, but those are the main ones that many clinics have been taking in and has kindly provided that these features are useful. So I just wanted to give a little summary of our presentation today. So I actually personally like to think that Cortico plugin is kind of like a USB stick that allows your clinic's Oscar to expand with many great features like the eligibility checker, the preferred pharmacy, and many more. So it's just kind of something that is added on to your Oscar. Okay, and ultimately, we hope that the plugin plays in a role to increase communication and clear communication between healthcare providers like you all and patients. And lastly, we also want to automate any tedious tasks for MOAs and doctors because even as small as maybe like the few clicks, those can add up significantly as there's a lot of patients and with volume, those tasks can really add up. So that is the end of the presentation, and now we will go into the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, let us